Hello there friends, and one rule for them, one for us is the video today. And this is inspired by a flat I have in Sutton, which is a 3-bedroom flat I've had since about 2006, so quite a long time. And basically for the last 9 years I've been renting it out to the council as for people who need emergency housing, which I thought was like quite a good deed thing to do. You know, the council don't have enough, and properties, and they're sort of desperate for landlords, as everyone obviously has been fleeing over the years, and they've just kept it for a lot longer than they should have. Anyway, it's very annoying really, as this property, I've been told that there was damp in one of the bedrooms, and this is like on the sort of to be the 3rd floor of this flat, which is an unusual thing to have. In a flat, which is all sort of, it's in a mid sort of terrace, flat here as well. And yeah, the woman sort of said, "Oh, there's damp. They're moving out. You need to come and do all this work to it. And we want to take it off you again, but you need to do all this work." So I've gone and had a look, first time in 9 years, and I've gone up to this main bedroom, and there is 3 double beds in this main bedroom. And I was thinking, wow, 3 double beds in the main bedroom. So there's a minimum of 3, maybe 6 people in this one room, all breathing, their air into the air, and we all sort of produce a couple of litres of water a day. So then there's a minimum of 6, possibly like 12 litres, maybe more, all going into this room. If they're not cracking the window open, no wonder there's damp. And it turns out it's not even the exterior wall where it's above a shop, this property. It's like one that sort of goes onto the other flats. There's like massive sort of wall insulation there. It's just obviously just where they're just all breathing and not cracking the window open in the winter, and then it's sort of getting mould spores on the wall, and they're blaming me. But I also thought, there's probably 6 people minimum realistically in this room. If I did that as a landlord and I was in control of this property and it wasn't the council, I'd be done for being some sort of rogue landlord and overcrowding. But the council come around, they're doing their inspections. They've not mentioned a word to me that there's 3 double beds in this main bedroom, and a minimum of 3, probably 6, probably more in one room. But they just sort of let it go. And obviously there's been a crazy amount of people in this flat. As we went to the other room, some fella's asleep there. They didn't even know who he is. He's not on the tenancy. And the woman who was showing us around, who spoke sort of very broken English, sort of said, "Oh, gave us 3 different stories. My cousin, oh, it's my husband's friend, it's someone else." I was thinking, what, are they letting this out to someone? So yeah, it's one rule for them, one for us. If I did that as a landlord and the council come round, three beds in one room, I'd be taken to court. I'd be some sort of overcrowding thing. Fined. They do it, nothing happens. And it just really bloody annoys me, to be honest with you, just the hypocrisy of it, that they create the rules, they break all the rules, but they still punish anyone else if they even did half of what they did. And yeah, I find it very, very frustrating. But yeah, this is my just a little rant today. And this property, 9 years ago, this was completely renovated, 25 grand spent on it. It was absolutely brand new, looking really, really nice. And wow, after 9 years of what is obviously probably about 10 people living in this 3-bedroom flat, it was in a horrendous shape. The floor in the bathroom was completely rotted through, which was a brand new floor put into it when I first got it. The doors looked like they had like punch marks in them all. I have a carport there. It was completely filled to the brim with mattresses, cupboards, just a whole load of crap. Maybe it was the tenants, maybe it was fly tippers. It was probably a combination of the both. I know the mattress was definitely them. And then in the kitchen, which once was a brand new kitchen 9 years ago, and the ceiling, I've never seen nothing like it. It was literally curry, without exaggeration, on the ceiling. I don't know, it's where they're cooking with the juices and whatever. It was completely brown, a brown massive strip right the way through, going above my head. And it's just been an absolute nightmare. So I've had it all redone now. We had to 4 coats of paint and all the stuff you have to put on before you sort of paint it when it's really badly stained, and it's still showing through. which has been a lesson to me there that like a couple of coats doesn't always do it if the staining is bad enough. So yeah, not too happy, and the council are now trying to say that I have to pay for it all as well, because they only cover malicious damage, and this stuff isn't malicious. But I don't see how it's fair for me to pay for all this. Obviously I expect some wear and tear after 9 years, no problem. A little bit of paint or something, no problem at all. But I mean, yeah, it's a little bit excessive. And obviously where they're not putting a mat down, the whole of the floor had to come up in the bathroom because it was completely rotted. I'm surprised someone didn't fall through it. So yeah, once again, one rule for them, one for everyone else. You know, the individual landlord, they'd be taken to court and, you know, be named and shamed. Council though, nothing happens. They just have to, oh well, we didn't know, you know, even though they're going around doing their 3 monthly checks. No one's told me in all this time, oh yeah, no, it all looks nice, it all looks nice. Lessons learned there, you just can't trust even the government. So what do I do now? Do I rent it out to the council again, or do I go privately? Well, there are advantages to rent to the council. I haven't had any void periods in 9 years because the council guaranteed my rent. That was a big one. And yeah, they give you a little incentive when you sign up with the council because they're so desperate for properties at the moment, as all the landlords have been fleeing. So there are advantages, but obviously you take a much higher risk that you don't know you're taking on. Especially this is emergency housing, so they could be from anywhere, have any type of situation. You know, you're hoping you don't get drug addicts in there that sort of burn it down. And these are just some of the pressures that us landlords have to face. So people say, oh, it's easy, you're making money for nothing. No, it comes with stresses as well. It comes with bad bits. And I just want to be open and honest on this channel and tell you the bad bits as well, because it's not all glory. Like, this isn't glory, it's cost me a load of money, loads of stress. And, but it's a part of doing business. But I don't like the hypocrisy of, yeah, you have to do this, but we can do whatever we want. That needs to change, and yeah, I don't see it happening anytime soon. But another rant over. We'll see you next time. Please like, subscribe and comment. Thanks for watching.